Hi guys, Charlie Tango here again. Doing a revised video that I done back in 2012. It was called Survival Staff. It was more to do really more interested. The Americans were more interested in it, and but we have moved on from there. Because now the idea was if you was going out for a day's hike or something like that and you got stuck or for some reason or other, you got an emergency kit with you of some description, and we moved on to there to bushcraft stuff. So, but this was one of the first things I'd done when I started back up on it. This is, I don't know if I can get it all in here, but let's try and get an angle on there so you can get some idea of it. There it is. It's a piece of plastic tubing, drain pipe tubing or something. I just covered it in some camouflage stuff. And I went from there, and it's just been ongoing, and I just find things to do to, you know, keep me occupied. So first thing I decided to do, I thought, well, I'll get myself a nice little oh, I lost it. God almighty, compass. I'm going to move this in a bit because it's so that you can see a bit better, and I'll drop it down a bit as well. That's it, bear with me lads. There we go. That's the compass I've got, and I thought, well, I'll get a little survival whistle to go on it as well. You blow that 6 times, then you have a little gap, and then you blow it another 6 times. And these are all the things that I've managed to fit in that shaft. Now, the first thing that I'll pull out is these 2 split rings. Now these split rings, they do go on a where are we? I'll find it in a minute. They go on a handsaw, and this here is the handsaw, which is there. It's got some swivels on as well, and in there I've got a little pocket knife, and there is those short little can openers that you get in a survival kit. They come in there as well, and then I thought, I'm going backwards really. Then the next thing I put in was, I thought, well, I better get some paracord, so I got myself a couple of lengths of paracord and a bit of tape round there. You can use the tape should you need to. Always handy to have a bit of cord. And then I'll stick a couple of these sticks in. You know, you crack them, shake them, and I think they light for about 8 to 10 hours. Ever so good they are. You swirl them around. If you get a helicopter or something like, you swirl that around, and the pilots can pick it up a lot easier. And what I've done is I've got these are all little urine sample bottles that the doctors supply you with if they want you to put a sample in there. But I found some online, so I've got a box of them. I think I've got a box of about a dozen or something. So I thought, well, they're handy little things to have. So what I've done with that is I've put a bit of picture wire in that one. I've got a pencil in there as well, and I've got a little blade to scrape the ferrous rod on. So I've got a little ferrous rod in there as well. And these bottles, they are watertight, otherwise I wouldn't send them as urine sample bottles. And I've got another one, and I'm thinking, really, it's up to you what you want to put in these little bottles. This one, in this case, I put a bit of cotton wool balls with some Vaseline in it, not completely covered, so you can pull the fibres apart, and the ferrous rod should set that off just like that, no problem at all. So then I showed you this one, which has got a little pen knife in it, and a little can opener, a little blade in there, and a little stick of wire, what do they call them, wire saws I think they call them, which is what these two this is what these two split rings are for. You just put the swivel onto this ring and away you go. Then I see this online, and this all comes complete, this one. This is a waterproof matches, quite simple, just push it in there, screw it up, there we go. So although that's for holding the matches, I don't think the container's watertight, but the matches are waterproof, so there we go. Then I've got another one. I thought, well, what can I stick in here now? So I thought, I know, I've got some sterile wipes in there, headache pills. Then I thought, well, I'll put some drawing pins in there as well, and I've got some safety pins in there, various sizes. You never know, them safety pins, they can come in handy as a hook or all sorts of things, like, you know, it's the thoughts are endless. And I always thought, which is probably always handy, is in here I'll put some various tweezers, and this one here is not tweezers, this is a bit of tin, this one. Let's get it tight for her. That one there, that's a little piece of tin, and if you can see there, you can see there's two barbs there, and all I've done with that was I just got this piece of tin, I've still got some of it, got the tin snips and just started to cut, and it naturally started to curl, so I stopped there and then. And of course with tin snips it does leave a very sharp edge, so I've done one the other side as well. So you could, if you wanted to, you could lash that to a stick and you could go spearing with that in the river or something, go wading in there, get yourself a fish hopefully. In this one I've got some sterile sensitive, I've got some plasters in this one, different types of plaster and sterile wipes, etc. You never know, if you may come across them, you may need them, so always handy to have. But I say this is more like a survival stuff, you know, so if you need something in a bit of a hurry. I've got another pen knife here, this one has got all the, this one has all the bits and pieces on, all the blades, the different gadgets on it, you know, like a Swiss Army knife this one is really. I thought, oh well, that's handy, so I'll just plonk that in there as it is, loose like that. Then we move on to another one. I thought, well, what else do we need? I thought, I know what I could do. I thought, I've got a little bit of bamboo stick here that I get from the up the pond. I've got a needle in there. Got some tape going around there as well, and in there I've got various sewing machine bobbins, as you can see, different colours, different threads, what have you. So I'll put that in there. So now I've got a bit of thread, I can stitch something up if something tears or rips, or I want to make something up, then I've got the means to do it. Another little gadget I found online, very handy this. Nice little torch, LED torch. Brilliant little thing. That again, same size as these virtually, look. It just slides straight in there. Straight in the shaft there, so I thought, oh well, that's handy. So I'll put that in there, and then I thought, well, I better put some fishing stuff in here as well. So I've got a little float there, or bob as they call them over there. I've got a little spinner. I think I've got 2 spinners in there, and I've got some swivels, I've got some weights, I've got a ledger in there, and I've got some hooks in there as well. So got that one. And then last but not least, this was my wooden leather slicker, this is, but these, as I say, they're two V-shaped, so I've made another one out of doweling, and I've made my own depths and shapes to suit my leather. It's a bit of fishing line on there, a bit of tape there just to hold it still. You can put line on something like this, on a bit of doweling, and you can make that nice and smooth and round, and use it as an intrepid reel where when you cast out or throw it out, it'll peel off there ever so easy. But if you're spinning, you've got to keep throwing it out, throwing it back. Then what I've done is I just stuck this to the side of the shaft staff. And what this is a little telescopic. Looking at it there, it's about nearly 18 inches long, but the thing is it pulls out and pulls out. Oh dear, it all keeps going, and there's more. It's got a little eye on the end. Oh, sorry, that's me shaking. Let's try and stop it shaking. It's got a little eye on the end there. Well, you can run the line through there, or you can tie the line through there. But as I say, it's telescopic. And it goes out. I'll give you an idea. That's gone from 18 inches. That's 1, 2. Oh, I'm going to get that. 2, 3, 4. Good God. 5. That goes over 6 foot. When I pull that out, that stretches from 18 inches to over 6 foot. And all I've done is I've just taped that to the side of the staff. It's called Boys Toys. It is 270 whatever it is, but there you go, Boys Toys. We're all boys at heart, aren't we, mate? But there you go. That's about all of that really. And as I say, that was one of the first things I made, and I just went on from there. And then now I'm back into making my own fat wood and everything now. Just getting into everything. I just sent some off to Scottish Wanderer. Sent him a Tinder Spawn, and I just filled it up with all bits and bobs: birch bark, wood shavings, cotton Vaseline and cotton wax, beeswax, cat's towels, some other bits and bobs in there as well. So I just got a reply to him on YouTube. He's well happy with that. So there you go. Anyway, this was just an update really of that shaft, because the last one I've done it was outside, and it was somewhat a bit of age. It's the first video I done, so I just thought I'd have a go and just redo it like so. But as I say, this is more for the Americans was into all this sort of stuff, with their shafts and everything. But as I say, most of it was like where they was hiking or something, and they carry this shaft, but they tend to use the alloy tubing ones or something or other, like, and some of them are lethal out there. They've got a proper spear point on, turn it inside out, and you've got a full length spear, the length of your shaft. Well, that sort of thing wouldn't be allowed over here in the UK. Of course, the other thing is, when you're going back to this fishing bit again, you could also, if you wanted to, you'd fix it through this little rod, your line, and you could attach it to a yo-yo on the other end. One of these self hook these fish. They're always handy to have, because you can leave them if you like, but a yo-yo, at least it'll self hook it. But if you do use it in conjunction with this rod, you need to tether this rod down somewhere so it's not going to get dragged into the river, lake, or wherever it is you're fishing. I think that just about concludes that. I just thought I'd do as I said, another little update on that. So there we go. Got to think of something next to make before I do my next video. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope it hasn't been boring. So I'll catch you all again later. Cheerio.